In the history of mankind, as is known to us, only three kings are called as the Great: Alexander the Great, Ashoka the Great, and Akbar the Great. Now, we will try to understand what made these three kings as great. They were powerful power mongers, established their empires very vastly, killed many people only to get transformed spiritually. An immense realization started emerging after massive bloodsheds. Alexander the Great was born in the country of Greece, which was inhabited by several pockets of tribals. His father Philip was living in Athens as a king. Philip in Greek language means horseman, one who can control the horse very well. He was one-eyed. With one eye, he was a great warrior. His son Alexander was only 14 years when he was given the responsibility of controlling an island of barbarians by his father. At the age of 14, his war strategy was so powerful that he could control the barbarians with a very small army. And slowly he brought all the islands into one, making Greece as a unified Greece. Now he wanted to expand and unite all the empires of the world. And he started collecting the soldiers, the best of the soldiers, and moved towards India, which was supposed to be the most wealthiest, very prosperous, very cultured. He was trained into war strategies, science, philosophy by Aristotle. Aristotle was a student of Plato. Plato was a student of Socrates. Aristotle asked him, when you go to India, please bring me one enlightened saint. He was on the way to Persia, where he occupied complete Persia and killed the kings there, amassed a lot of wealth, amassed a lot of soldiers, and moved towards India with 1 lakh soldiers. That time, in 4th century BC, he came to India. On the way, occupied every hamlet, every town, every city, every empire, and started feeling immensely powerful because there were never any defeats. The injured and traumatized soldiers were very much inspired with the words of Alexander to attack India. India was not one single nation, it was several empires ruled by many princes and emperors of different sizes. He came to northern part of India to defeat Porus. Purushottama was his name. And he studied the great culture of the country. He has taken some of the Buddhist enlightened leaders, Hindu enlightened leaders, and he has taken many things from India, including the best of the iron metal in the world, superior to the swords of Damascus, was produced in India. A piece of iron of 1 kilo weight was given to him as a gift from the Godavari districts of Andhra Pradesh. The best of the metal, The technology was nanotechnology. How they could produce the best of the metal, the best in the world in those times, was still surprising. He has taken it as a gift. He has taken the Dalmatian dogs of Arunachal Pradesh. Dalmatian was a Indian breed. Dogs were used in wars. He has carried some of the best of Dalmatian and retrievers, Indian retriever dogs. On the way home, he recalled the words of his teacher, a stranger who became his teacher on the way. His name was Diogenes Exiguus, a naked saint who had influenced Alexander to such an extent that on the way from India, Alexander really wanted to meet him and learn from him the world of spirituality. But after the huge massacre, influenced by the culture of India, he realized on the way back home in the city of Babylonia, he died and told his people to make two holes in the coffin so as to keep two hands, telling the world that I am going empty. With so much of wealth that is acquired, I am going empty to the higher realms. He called his three commanders. He has given Macedonia to Seleucus, up to Gandhara, up present Afghanistan, the Egypt part to Ptolemy, and the Middle East to Antigonus. He called all these people. He died very young, in 30s. He didn't have any time to teach because he fell sick and died on the way. Diogenes Exiguus, when he was there in the Middle East, was heard by Alexander on the way to India in Persia. He sent his soldiers to him to bring him to his court, to his tent. When the soldiers came empty-handed, Alexander asked them why. The saint is not willing to come, and he said that you have to come to see him because it's your need. Alexander humbly went to see the saint. He was just lying naked on the sand of a river. And Alexander asked him, please teach me something. That man, that saint, asked Alexander, where are you going? I am going to India. Why? To collect wealth and to wage war on the country. After that, what do you want to do? I will come back to Athens and live happily. Then Diogenes smiled and told, what am I doing now? Am I not happy now? That perplexed the conditioned mind of Alexander. Diogenes told him, my only wealth is this bowl, which is used for drinking water and eating food. And now I want to throw this away into the river because this too is a bad position for me. I can drink water from the river directly like an animal. I can eat food with my hands. I didn't need a bowl. Then Alexander asked him, what can I do for you as an emperor? Diogenes said, just move away from where you are standing. You are stopping the sun rays touching my body. I need a sun bath. See the simplicity and greatness of this saint. The words of a saint, the words of master, wherever he is, whoever he is, touches the core, triggers the core, stimulates the core, confuses the mind. It pierces. The words of wisdom really pierce your very spirit. Alexander is called as great because he started once upon a time that he is son of Zeus, the god of wisdom, as per Greek mythology. Because of the immense power he had over people, controlling people, monitoring people, regulating them. But he realized that all the power outside that he exhibited is useless and power within is more powerful by the time he vacated his body. Thanks for your patient audience.